Okay, today you guys, we are going to do 4.2 extension. This is in your blue booklet right after the 4.2 lesson that we did right before fall break. I have used some highlighters to kind of help you distinguish between the lines, and feel free to do that if you'd like, or just use it to help you navigate. So first of all, we're going to focus on parallel lines and slope today. We know that lines in the same plane that do not intersect are parallel lines. So same plane that do not intersect are parallel lines. Non-vertical parallel lines, that's important, non-vertical parallel lines have the same slope. Vertical lines are just parallel, okay? Why do they not have the same slope? If you recall, vertical lines have an undefined slope. So that's why they're just parallel, and you wouldn't say that they have the same slope. If we look at examples, or example 1, we're going to use these right here, and we're going to start with the blue line, and we're going to find the slope of each line. So we're given these two ordered pairs, and so I'm going to find the change in y. So I'm going to do -2 minus 2, and -4 minus -3. And when I do the math, I get -4 over -1, and that's going to be a +4. For the red line, I'm going to use the ordered pairs of 1, 3, and 0, -2. So finding the change in y, it's -2 minus 3, 0 minus 1. And when I simplify this, we get -5 over -1, which is a +5. And for the green line, I'm going to use 4, 1, and 3, -3. And we're going to find the change in y. So -3 minus 1. Change in x would be 3 minus 4. And when we simplify that, we get -4 over -1, resulting in a +4. So the slopes of the blue and the green lines are 4, and the slope of the red line is 5. So therefore, the blue and the green have the same slope, so they are parallel. Same slope, parallel. Okay, in just a minute, we're going to go ahead and go on with the next part of the lesson. In a few minutes, you're going to do numbers 1 through 6, and I'm going to show you where to do that in a minute. For now, we're going to move on to the next part of our lesson, and this key idea is about perpendicular lines and slope. So lines in the same plane that intersect at right angles are perpendicular. Okay, so they have to be at a right angle, and look for that little square there that shows you that it's a right angle. Two non-vertical lines are perpendicular when their product is equal to -1. That's really important. Product means to multiply, and it has to have a product of -1. Very important. Vertical lines are perpendicular to horizontal lines. So let's look at example 2. And in example 2, we have all 3 different color lines again. So we're going to find the slope of the blue line using -5, 6, and 1, 4. So 4 minus 6 is the change in y. The change in x is 1 minus -5. And if I simplify that, that gives me -2 over 6, which is -1/3. For the red line, I'm going to use -5, 0, and 2, -2. So the change in y is -2 minus 0. The change in x is 2 minus -5. If I simplify that, it's -2 over 7. And then for the green line, I'm using 0, 5, and -2, -2. I think I might have said that wrong on the other one. Okay, so I'm using this point and this point, and I'm going to find the change in y, 5 minus -2 over 0 minus -2. And when I simplify that, 5 minus -2 is 7. 0 minus -2 is 2, so I get 7 halves. Now, the slope of the red line is -2/7. The slope of the green line is 7 halves. Because -2/7 times 7 halves equals -1, the red and the green lines are perpendicular. So if you look at that, again, when you multiply the two slopes, they have to equal -1. So to see that quickly, they're going to be reciprocals, and they're going to be the inverse. So if this was a negative, this is going to be the opposite. It's going to be a positive reciprocal. If I would have started with the positive, then I know I would have had to multiply against the negative reciprocal. So what you're going to do next is you're going to do 1 through 6 here, 7 through 12 here. You can do it either on those pages right there, or if you turn the page, you have a bunch of graph paper and space to use to write in your booklet. When you're finished, I would like you to do the performance task for 4.2 extension this page. And if you flip back, I would also like you to do the performance task for 4.2. These will be due for your next in-person